Hi, it's the NerdWife. Today we're playing Marie's Room. This is another free game I found on Steam. I I like free games. I like trying to check out the work of people who
I
were
didn't
just
want
starting.
to come back. Why would I, after all that's happened, even in here? So, where is the journal?
How do I move? I'm I'm using the WYSD keys. Really? I feel like while I do this that I'm Miguel from El Dorado, the loot. Alright, let's try this again.
I didn't want to come back. Why would I, after all that's happened, even in here? So, where is the journal?
This is a different maze entirely.
Don't need to go in there. That's the bathroom.
Bumblebee? The cat's named Bumblebee? Hi, Kelsey. Yes, I'm talking
Hi,
to you.
Kelsey. Yes, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
I know you've been reading my journal. Can I ever forgive you for what you did? Honestly, I don't know. I'm trying really hard, but I don't know how. Because I don't understand any of it. You are my friend, and I loved you unconditionally. I did what I did because of you, and I stood up to him because of you. But you, I don't know. Right now, I can't be near you, so I don't want you to come find me. I promise I'll be alright. Marie.
Except she wouldn't be. She would not be all right.
Okay.
That's Trevor's phone number. He called her. I know he blamed her for everything, though she should have blamed him for what he did to her and Mr. Torres. I need to find the key. A 5.
Okay.
I loved skinny dipping, but Marie insisted on wearing this thing. She loved being a birthday girl. Mr. Torres would take her shopping every year. I
Wow.
couldn't afford a car, and Marie didn't want one, so we rode our bikes everywhere. I thought I looked silly, and with those damn sparkly shoes, I probably did. Yeah, I was losing my glamour status at school right there. Food rescue. Yeah, it was a good place to be, until Marie showed up. I know she didn't mean anything by it, but the pity in her eyes. Worse than being hungry. The Green Eatery. Green as in with fungus. Yes, I am never eating Ayurvedic lasagna ever again. But some people must have liked Mr. Jones's cooking because he was out every night cooking his green stuff.
Doormat. I'm
I'm
not a
not a shadow person. Yeah, it took me all I had to convince her she wasn't.
You know, I'm not used to somebody reading for me. So as I'm trying to read...
Mr. Torres gave me my own set of keys, so I'd feel at home. I loved him for it, but every time I used those keys, I felt a pang of guilt. Every Tuesday, the food trucks would roll in. Me and Marie never missed Jorge's tamales. When I was a kid, Jorge would put some aside, just in case my mom was too drunk to feed me again.
Damn.
She asked me why I was so angry all the time, and I told her because it's a dirty deal. It's Russian roulette and utterly unfair. The cards I'd been dealt, any player would have passed. I chose to be angry instead. But Marie, my friend Marie, she got me a new deck and suggested I deal again.
Okay.
He had money, you see? He bought me things. I was gonna wear these to the prom. Fancy, right? At the time, I didn't know where the money came from. There's no such thing as food waste. And don't I know it? The smell of garbage will be in my nose forever, and the taste of it in my mouth. I swore I would never be that hungry again. I didn't care what it took. Marie insisted on saving these. She was going to make a new world with them, whatever that was supposed to be. I've never actually seen her build anything.
My God.
She hated my cigarettes. Every time I felt like going out and buying a pack, she made me put the money in that money jar. One day, that money would pay for our gas to drive to college. We only needed money for the one way. I ended up using it to get to Vancouver.
It's so weird to know
I
when I
didn't
can
like
talk because of
that she
all of
kept the
this.
stone. Why did she have to be reminded? I told her I was sorry, but she said it was for me, to remind me.
What'd you do with the stone?
Mr. Torres and Marie were robbed in their own house, not long after we met at Food Rescue. He was stabbed, almost died. She was knocked out with a baseball bat. She was in the hospital for a while, stitches, concussion. She still had headaches, she said.
And if there's any, like, what new would appear in here. We had a party today celebrating 3 years of Food Rescue. Everyone was there, all those happy familiar faces. Loved it. Kelsey came in. I never took her for one of the hungry. I don't think she knows my name, but everyone knows her. She's gorgeous. It surprised me is all. I could see the shame in her eyes when she had to accept the bags of groceries from me. Still, I couldn't take my eyes off of her. If this world allows someone like Kelsey Jackson to be hungry, it must be everywhere, so I'm going to fight with everything I've got. After that school article, people kept asking me why I did it, as if I were some kind of hero. So stupid, and I keep telling them the same story. Aren't they sick of it yet? Maybe I should publish a book, my life story, so they'll stop bugging me. Crazy people. Here, for the last time. Last fall I caught a kid stealing someone's lunch from a backpack. As he stuffed the sandwich in his mouth, our eyes locked. He panicked, dropped the food, and ran. Never realized some of my classmates were actually hungry, so I joined Food Rescue to help. There, the end. Everyone satisfied? Just stop. Why do you keep writing this shit? I know there isn't much news in Orange Grove, but it's been ages. Not literally, you know. They are never gonna find them. I wish everyone would just stop. Leave us alone so I can forget that whole god-awful night. Some think my dad was a hero for trying to stop them. Truth is, we never saw them coming. When that guy jumped and stabbed my dad, something snapped and I would have punched him, scratched his eyes out, I swear. I think I could have killed him, but the other one got me before I even knew there were two. I never saw their faces. Neither did my dad, so neither of them got caught. I back out of there until I find that one. The fan
Sometimes it got so hot.
is a
This
thing.
thing wasn't doing it anymore. Then we'd take off to Mr. Jones's swimming pool. That night, I guess he must have seen us. Marie always dreamed about going to Europe. I don't think she ever went. La La Land. That movie was a shit piece of crap. Glad Trevor snuck us in. I don't think I could have handled wasting $20 on that. Never thought I'd see Marie there. Then again, she always was a dreamer. I bet she loved it. She never realized I didn't want to be her friend in public.
Damn. That's harsh.
She was my friend, and I had to tell her. So I came back here, throwing stones at the window. But she didn't react, so I threw a bigger stone, and it shattered the glass. She kept the stone as a souvenir to remind her not to trust me ever again.
Damn. Have I come across a 5-digit code anywhere yet? That was the thing I was supposed to look for.
Trevor. What an asshole. After we broke up, he got violent sometimes. One day, he dragged me through the school hall by my shirt until one of Marie's geek friends stopped him. Ben, I think it was. He got a lot of shit for it later. Mr. Torres. Thick as thieves, those two. Ever since Lorraine died, they only had each other. Marie was suffering when he was in intensive care. That was a nasty knife wound. She wouldn't stop about time travel and black holes and stuff. I just wanted to do something simple. Calculate shit. Boring, is what she said. Her, the weird kid, ducked boring. So yeah, we settled on antimatter, because who wants to be boring? Trevor was never far off, though. When Marie and I rode our bikes through dark nights just to get a taste of those perfect oranges, I knew he was lurking in the shadows. I never told her, but I think that's how he found us. He followed us back to the room.
Okay.
That's Marie's birthday. That's weird. I guess she wrote it down for that Ben guy, for her pizza and movie party. Alright, I might have been a little jealous.
But you didn't want to be her friend in public, so...
Yes. The science project. Of all people, they chose to pair me with the girl from Food Rescue. Outrageous. But I got over it, and chose to work my ass off. I had to if I wanted to get that scholarship. Chemistry holds no surprises. Love that.
Alright.
Hated that thing.
Why does it matter if I click these if you're gonna give me little one-word answers? Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man? Yeah, I've seen him. I thought I was so lucky. An adoring boyfriend, free burgers from the kitchen he worked in, sparkly things he bought me. I thought if I took care of him, he'd take care of me, and we'd get out, just in case I didn't get that scholarship. I had no idea where the money came from.
Was he selling drugs or something? Did any of these open? Oh, they did.
Lorraine, Marie's mom, died when she was 5. My mother, she might as well have been dead. She looked more dead than alive, anyhow. Passed out on the couch, empty bottles of gin on the floor. Mr. Torres loved that beer. After the robbery, he only had a couple left. Apparently they were hard to come by. Still, we decided to try a bottle once. Marie loved that label. She drew it in her journal. I remember that. All that happened later that night, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't want to remember. Have you ever peeled an orange so juicy the drops erupted from underneath its skin like fireworks in the setting sun? The trees in Mr. Jones's garden had them. I used to live off his garden vegetables and fruit before I met Trevor. Disgusting, but cheap. I got used to them after I didn't want to go to the food kitchen anymore. The vicious taste of these meatballs still beat the humiliation of being served by Marie.
Nothing was different. We're all just matter. That's what Kelsey keeps saying, and she's right, but matter is also life, and life is something we need to take care of. She likes to be out on a limb. She says she's got nothing to lose. Bam. She didn't even realize what she was saying. Or maybe I'm too sensitive. Guess that'll show me, to believe that we were friends. I guess I'm a shadow person after all. I think she's gonna break her neck, by the way. See if I care. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to ignore the fact that all of Kelsey's cute stuff is paid for with Trevor's money. He is such a creep. I don't get what she sees in him. She says I'm jealous. As if. Thing is, she thinks she needs him to get away from all this, but she doesn't. She got away from her mom all on her own. Kelsey's the smartest, coolest, sweetest person you can imagine. She doesn't need anyone to get her out. She can do that on her own. Too bad she doesn't believe that herself yet. Fuck, I'm so stupid. I finally got to see La La Land. They showed it on Classics Nights at the theater. I went with Ben. Loved it. Kelsey was there too. I was so happy to see her. I actually frickin' hugged her, and she pushed me away, asked me what I thought I was doing, and that Trevor asshole was enjoying the show, and her stupid cheerleader friends. I feel out of place everywhere outside of this room. She said she was sorry, I know. But fuck, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, and that's not what a friendship should be, right? I feel disconnected. She did not want to be my friend. She was embarrassed. Fuck. Don't ever forget. Okay, so I've calmed down a bit. That La night she was with Trevor, and he is such a fucking asshole. She's different when she's around him. Not that it makes it alright, but she did come straight over to tell me she was sorry. She knows she was wrong. Broke my window with that damn rock. She said if I'd answered the call of the pebbles, she wouldn't have thrown the rock. She's been here ever since. Doesn't have anywhere else to go, really, except for Trevor. I'm glad she'd rather sleep here. Right now as I write this, she's on the bed going over some notes from class. I like having her here, and Dad's okay with it. Oh, those sparkly shoes? She wears them all the time. Last night the heels dug into my calf. That freaking hurt. Have you seen those heels? So I yanked them off her feet and told her, not in the bed. She was amused. I can't think of why. To be honest, I wish I was a size 9 because they look absolutely gorgeous. On Kelsey's feet, at least. When I tried them on, I looked like a little girl trying on mommy's shoes. You may have noticed, Sweet Journal, that there are less and less F words in these pages. I am so friggin' proud. Only when I go berserk, like when Kelsey threw that rock at my window, then it's hard to keep up. Did you know that as a little girl I used to curse abundantly? Trying to extend my vocabulary here. And Dad thought it indicated intelligence, and I guess it looked cute, up to a certain age. But he said Mom hated it. Every time I used the F word, he made me put a piece of candy in the swear jar. Can't tell you how much that hurt. Every time. Because I'd never see it again. I think he secretly ate it. He must have rejoiced. Yep, vocabulary extension again. Every time I swore like a madman. Mad woman. Must have. She called me her friend today. I'm not a shadow person anymore. She's my friend. All is now harmed. Kelsey is so angry at the world, like all the time. It's kind of annoying, but I get it. We all have a different story to tell. So as a friend, I did the only decent thing. I told her she could do anything she wanted. She just had to make it happen, not wait for it. I told her to deal again. Not drugs, the cards. Kelsey broke up with Trevor, finally. She can do so much better than that total loser. He assaults her in the school hallway. Of course no one saw it happen. But he literally tore the clothes from her body. Fuck. Or F asterisk asterisk asterisk. I promised not to swear, so there you go. But she's done with him now. Things can only get better. I think he's crazy. He keeps calling me at the most impossible hours. Just to yell at me, calling me names, threatening me that if I don't let Kelsey go, he'll do this or that. As if I got her tied up in here. I now unplug the phone when I go to sleep. Kelsey took me night swimming in Mr. Jones' pool. I was scared shitless the first time, but two beers and freshly picked oranges. Chill, best night ever. Took me forever to convince Kelsey to ride a bike because it ain't cool. Our rides are the best part of the day now. And on the day we rode them through Mr. Jones's orange grove in broad daylight, we got home with a basket full of the juiciest golden oranges. I didn't even think about getting caught.
She must have written it down here somewhere. Damn, what's the password again? I need to find it. Why does someone need to get hurt before we step up and act, for Christ's sake? If they had, none of this shit would have happened, and no one would have died.
Hi, Marie. It grieves me to hear that this is how you feel, but I'm afraid there's not much I can do at this stage. I understand you alarm and feel unsafe, but Trevor's not broken any school laws, nor has he hurt anyone. I would like to invite you and Trevor into my office and see if we can start up a conversation between the two of you. Let me know when you are ready to talk. You know where to find me. Kind regards, Principal.
Oh no. Why didn't you tell me, Marie? No wonder you were so frightened. We never should have gone to the Orange Grove.
Wow.
One day, I just had to know. What's up with all the cats? She said she admired them, that they were who they were without any pretense, that they had no fear of confrontation. She wanted to be more like them. When Bumblebee went missing, Marie cried for days. She thought I couldn't hear her at night. I could never prove it, but I'm sure it was Trevor.
Bumblebee, 4-year-old cat. Male, orange and white tabby. Bumblebee usually wears a red collar with his name. He's an orange tabby with a white chest and paws, green eyes. Please help me find him.
Marie, what were you thinking? You know that's illegal.
OMG, they put me on Kelsey's team. My heart races whenever I stop to think about it. I don't think she's all that pleased, though. I wonder whether she remembers me from Food Rescue. God, I hope not. I feel so connected to her. Isn't that weird? I'd love for us to be friends. She's just amazing. I can't wait to start working on our science project. Did you get that? Our project? I feel like I'm gonna explode from excitement. I screwed up. I'm worried. I'm still worried. What else could I do? Kelsey hasn't been to Food Rescue in a while, and I just wanted to make sure she wasn't hungry or something, so I offered her my sandwich. Why did I do that? Now we'll never be friends. Good one, Marie. Really, really well done. She looked at me like I was crazy and walked out. Now we're behind with the project, too. I hope we make the deadline. Today was a good day. Only 5 emails from Trevor. Only 5. I hope he's finally getting it. She's not coming back. He really holds me responsible for it. I can handle that if it keeps him away from her. When I saw him in the hallway this morning, he slid his finger across his throat again. If he wasn't such a scary-ass clown, I'd laugh. but he does scare me. I won't tell Kelsey these things. She shouldn't worry. They're not listening. I've tried every authority at school, even tried the cops, but they just patted my shoulder. Poor little girl, still traumatized. Bump on the head didn't do her any good. Fuck. Yes, I'm swearing now. A jar full of candy. What should I do? I wish I could tell Kelsey, but she'd go insane and get herself hurt, or worse, go back to him. Trevor is dangerous. There's nothing I can do. They'll never believe me. And to think I'll never see Bumblebee again. I can't sit and watch. I have to be fearless. I found this website where you can buy guns off anyone. Not that I mean to shoot anyone, it's just I don't know what to do anymore. For protection, you know? Isn't that what they say? Anyway, there was this guy who wanted to sell me this totally new 9mm. I'm meeting him out of town somewhere, a little shady I admit, but with Trevor lurking around, I'll take my chances. Wow, I just realized I've been recording a really long time, so I'm going to stop this video here and I'll continue in the next video. See ya!